This is Character Asked It. You already know Character Did It. I'm here with Ben Broadhead. Tell us about yourself, bro. What do you do?
So my name is Ben Broadhead. I'm a personal trainer specialising in work with older adults. That means accommodating for various degenerative conditions like arthritis and osteoporosis, and also training my clients in a way that's geared towards functionality, because that's then going to translate into independence, which is obviously the main priority when you're working with that demographic.
Hell yeah, man. And the way that I found you was you went to Simon Squibb's Help Bank and pitched what you're trying to accomplish. Tell us about that.
So I currently work Monday to Thursday training clients at care homes, nursing homes, and at people's houses as well. But I want to go on to sell my book that I've published recently, which is quite simple. It's called 50 Exercises for Older Adults, and that's just to try and affect more people. I want to have more impact than just my client base, which is local to me. And then I'm looking at selling online courses to carers so that they can provide seated exercise in care homes without having to pay someone external to come in. And then I also want to go into public speaking if I can, and try and talk to people and spread my message. I enjoy talking, and I think it's good for my confidence as well.
What exactly is your message?
My message essentially is that we have more agency over our physical health and our aging process than we realise. It's not a lost cause, and if you want to maintain your functionality and a high quality of life through your 80s and 90s, the way to achieve that is through exercise, and primarily resistance exercise.
Okay, man. I might need to start some of that now, because like my back is no good, bro. It's no good. I might need to get some game from you for real.
I can definitely help you.
So for anybody watching, and if you don't know who Simon Squibb is an angel investor. He's an influencer. He's huge on TikTok here. He's blowing up. He gets bigger every day. But this guy goes around and he asks people, what's your dream? And they tell him their dream, and he either gives them money, or he gives them advice, or he connects them to investors. He's an incredible person, which, by the way, he's going to be on my platform soon. We're going to set an interview up. But I'm really excited about that. But he's an incredible person, and his reach is huge. And I want to know, have you seen a difference since he posted you on his IG?
Yeah, absolutely. So for context, he obviously put up the smart doorbell in Twickenham, and he said that you can ring the doorbell and pitch your idea there, and if he likes it, he might help. And he did in my case. He reposted the video, and I've also had a chap from Help Bank, which is his organisation, reach out to me and say that he's happy to mentor me. So a guy called Adam that I've got on WhatsApp now, which has been really helpful. In terms of what's changed, my following has increased. I'd say there's more engagement and seems to be more buzz around what I'm doing, and I'm trying to create more content and ride that wave. And I've had a lot of DMs from people that are just being supportive. In some cases they want to collaborate in various ways, like yourself.
Sure.
And I've had a few book sales as well through my website from different parts of the UK. So they're the main changes that have occurred so far since Simon Squibb reposted me.
That's awesome, man. So how old are you?
I'm 22.
22. Okay, man, you're young to be doing all this.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I knew what I wanted to do from 18, so I started a little bit earlier than maybe some of my peers did. I didn't go to university either, so I think that gave me a head start.
True, man, true. What was growing up like?
I mean, I've grown up just outside London in a village, and I mean, my upbringing was nice. I enjoyed it.
What defines a village?
Village. Well, it's obviously is meant to be smaller than a town. It's more of like a rural setting. It's maybe somewhere that's just got a couple of shops, maybe a post box, a church, a couple of pubs.
Okay.
As opposed to a town is a little bit more built up and has more facilities, like maybe a pharmacy and bigger shops and maybe retail stores and stuff like that.
For sure, man. How did you know you wanted to do this at 18 years old?
So I didn't know what I wanted to do until I was about 18, and that was as I was getting towards the end of college. And I enjoyed fitness at that point. I'd got into it about maybe 16, 17. So during my time at college, I started at the gym there, and immediately I was really passionate about fitness and doing a lot of research into anatomy and trying to understand the body, mainly for myself, and so I could try and get in the best shape possible. And I just realised towards the end of college that there was nothing else that I was passionate about besides fitness, and my personal traits kind of lended themselves to doing something that was interpersonal and working with people. And I also always wanted to be able to contribute in some way, and that's how I've managed to derive meaning from my life, is being able to help people. So yeah, it was just an obvious option. There's still nothing else I can imagine myself doing, so I'm glad I did find personal training.
That's amazing. And I think me and every American that would be watching this is confused because you didn't go to university, but you're saying toward the end of college. Yeah. What do you mean? So
in America, what you call college is what we call university.
Right. So what is college to you?
College is from age 16 to 18. And it's basically like the last 2 years of school. So some people will stay at school and they'll do their A-levels. Or some people will go to college for those 2 years.
Huh. What makes you decide to do A-level or go to college?
I mean, if you're more academic, you'll probably do A-levels, where you have 3 subjects. And if you go to college, I mean, you can do A-levels at college as well, but it's normally for people who are less academic.
Is it more like trade-oriented? College is more trade-oriented?
I mean, you can do trades and things. So there's like what we call BTEC courses. So if you wanted to do between 16 and 18, learn to do bricklaying, you could do that. Or loads of different courses. Those are the BTEC courses. And you can do A-levels as well. But basically, people who don't like school as much, or they're not as sort of academically inclined, they're probably going to go off to college. And people that are maybe looking to go to uni and are more studious, they might stay at school and do their A-levels there.
That's crazy. Why don't we have that here? That's perfect. Damn. I mean that's just one of the many things that's wrong with our education system.
Yeah, maybe.
I know that you are very much still beginning, but you do have a book written. You do have all sorts of stuff that you've already done. What have been the biggest accomplishments that you've achieved?
I mean, the first biggest accomplishment that I was the most pleased with was just being able to do this full time and be fully self-employed and not be dependent on anyone or have anyone to answer to. That was the first accomplishment. That's what I was really focused on from 18, because at first I was doing cleaning, construction, working in the pub, and then gradually dropping those jobs. More recently, I'd say the biggest accomplishment was I did a small book launch event in my village, and lots of people came and were supportive and really enjoyed it, and I did a short talk there, and I just thought it was a really cool event. Everyone seemed to enjoy it, and I was just felt like proud that I'd been able to make that happen.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's amazing. What have been your biggest obstacles that you've had to overcome?
Obstacles. I mean, building a clientele is quite a challenge. Like the statistics are crazy. Like most personal trainers are failing or struggling. It's not an easy thing to do to build up a PT clientele. So that was a challenge in itself.
How'd you do it?
I literally just did leaflets to start with to get my first clients up into a point where I could leave all my other jobs. I literally went door to door with leaflets. I'd done at least over 30,000 leaflets. Yeah, wow. When I started, I would do it I would treat it like a working day. I'd give myself a lunch break and I would literally just go door to door for hours, and I did literally all of my surrounding towns, and I got about 1 client per 1,000 leaflets, and that got me like 30 sessions a week, and that was how I started, yeah.
That's awesome.
From there, the main thing that's carried it has been word of mouth, and now I have like a reputation locally. People know who I am, and I have like, somewhat of a reputation, and people respect what I do. So that just carries my business for the main part. And then in terms of expanding it outwards outside of my local area, I'm obviously trying to pursue the social media side of things.
Absolutely, man. That's incredible. You should be proud. You've accomplished a lot at a very young age.
Thank you.
What does success in life look like to you?
I mean, it's 2 main things. A big one is contribution. Like that's the legacy I want to leave, and that's how I'll how I'll give my life meaning, essentially, is by taking on that responsibility for my clients and then eventually more people outside of that and contributing to them positively. So that's one like pillar of success in my mind. And I say to be free and happy and live on my own terms, and I think the main facilitator of that will be financial security.
No, that totally makes sense, man. If you could go back and tell your younger self anything, what would it be?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I haven't thought of that before.
I mean, you're still pretty young, and you kind of did everything right, so that might be a tough question for you. You know, you had your head on straight.
I'd maybe say to persevere and adapt. I don't think I adapted well when it came to COVID. I was like maybe 19, and I'd just gotten to that point where I'd become fully self-employed and was, I had worked solidly for a year to accomplish that, and then COVID completely ruined that, and I don't think I handled that particularly well. I didn't adapt to be able to manage that adversity, so I could have, like now, if it were to occur, I think I would start doing sessions on Zoom, and I would like push that as much as I could and really try and keep my head above the water, but I just found it so demoralizing. I don't think I managed it particularly well. So I'd say perseverance and adaptability would be the two principles I'd try and express to my younger self.
Absolutely, man. Before we end this, is there any kind of sentiment or life advice, life lesson you'd want to share?
Life advice. I mean, I don't think I'm necessarily in a position to give life advice.
Bro, you're in a better position than most 30-somethings I know. That doesn't have anything to do with age, man. You know a lot. You've learned a lot. Yeah. You've accomplished, dude. You have accomplished more than most people do in a lifetime already. You've written books. You've gotten reach out there. You're helping people. You're helping a huge amount of people with your physical therapy.
Yeah, thank you. I would say maybe don't overstate hard work as a determinant in success, because there's a lot of people in lots of different trades that work hard day in, day out for 60 years and retire with very little. And not to diminish them at all, but it's not the main determinant, being industrious and being hardworking. I think that two other areas that are maybe more important are the willingness and ability to problem solve. I think some people don't even like the friction of sitting down and having to figure out who they need to email or where they can get funding or what phone calls they need to make. And they might be able to go and work a full shift, but just that mental kind of barrier of, being able to figure out small problems and then being able to figure out larger scale problems as well, or the solutions for those, because that's where you have a product, is in solving problems. So problem solving. And the second one is courage. It's just being able to put your neck on the line, putting yourself in a position where you might fail publicly, where people may, criticize you potentially. And just putting yourself out there, essentially. I think people are so scared to do that.
See, you are in a position to give advice, bro. Yo, I really appreciate your time. This has been Ben Broadhead, PT. Hit him up, follow him up. I can't wait to see what you accomplish. I mean that, bro. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.